Welcome back. We're starting off focusing on the amendments to the Electoral Act by the House of Reps, which is also being looked at by the Senate, although they had this committee to reconcile those amendments eventually. But we've got Mr. Solomon Shoyabi, who is the National Commissioner in charge of voter education and publicity for INEC. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, these amendments, we've been reading some comments credited to INEC about those amendments to the Electoral Act, reordering the order that the elections will take at the presidential, the governorship, the National Assembly. What is INEC's thinking or position on the matter?
Well, you use the word amendments. I will call it proposed amendments because it's still in the making. It still needs concurrence with the Senate before we...
Yeah, but the House of Reps has concluded theirs.
Yes, but then it's not yet an amendment as far as we're concerned. One thing I want you to realize here, and what I want Nigerians to realize, is that we don't make the laws.
You say it needs concurrence from
the Senate.
The Senate,
and
not
it still has
the
to go around
states.
it still has to go through the various states.
For Electoral Act?
Yes, the state constituencies too. But what I'm saying, long and short of what I'm saying, is that it's not a law as of now. But we are just being proactive because we are ready for anything. Number one, we are there to obey any legitimate law. That is the Commission's stand on any issue. We have been known to obey others. Don't forget that we are a creation of the Constitution ourselves, and we work within the laws of the land. We don't make the laws. Whatever the law says is what we are going to abide with. So whatever amendment comes, well, I'm not even talking about sequence. I'm talking about any other amendment that is made, because there are going to be various amendments to the Electoral Act. Don't forget that there are going to be amendments about electronic voting. All these will be taken into consideration in the preparation for the in the conduct of the 2019 elections.
What you said initially, I'm sorry, Chairman, initially, INEC was of the position that you'll go to court with regards to this new order, and then all of a sudden you changed your mind. Why did you change your mind?
There was never a time we said we are going to court, and I'm in a position to know. You cannot go to court against the Constitution.
That's why is that the reason why you changed your mind on your initial
I'm telling
stand?
you, there was never a time we came out and say we will go to court. What we know is that maybe we are being misquoted here.
But you saw
this was challenged sometimes in court, but then it was a proposal that was not in the law.
But that was challenged by INEC, right?
It was challenged by INEC, but that was not infused in the law, either in the Constitution. It just came as a sort of guideline that, okay, this is the order we want you to conduct your elections, and we went to court on that basis, that there was no law to back this up, and that nobody had the right to, at least within the law, nobody had the right to tell us how to conduct elections. That is the difference there. But now, if it becomes a law, we cannot disobey it.
Do you feel, as INEC, that your right to set up the timetable for the elections has been infringed upon because of this latest proposal?
It depends on what the law says. If it's infringed upon by the law, we will fight it vehemently. As you have seen us demonstrate in the past, we've contested some rulings which we are not satisfied with according to law. But whatever we do within the armpits of the law. If the law says we should even conduct it tomorrow, we don't fight the law. We don't make the law. All we do is just obey the law. But if we believe that there is a sort of contrast to what the law says, we will approach the court. But if it becomes the law, just like I told you, we don't have a choice apart from obeying it.
Okay, so there's INEC's come up with a timetable. Now, I'm asking this question because you've said it's a law, but you also called it's not yet law, it's a proposal.
It's a proposal. We're just, all of us are just thinking ahead.
So, I just to understand, when the proposal came out, INEC went to court to fight it? Or is it before this one?
No, it was not this year.
It's not this year?
No.
Okay, so the timeline now that INEC has set, elections are supposed to begin with that of the presidency. down to the state assemblies. The question my colleague asks is, would it in any way, if that proposal turned into law, would it in any way hinder INEC's performance?
Well, definitely it will have to reset. We'll have to rejig the whole system. It's going to be a huge setback. As you are aware, we gave these guidelines sometimes. We give the schedule of activities and then the timetable sometimes last month for us to enable us prepare early, not just the commission, the political parties themselves, all the various stakeholders. And as you noticed correctly too, the order of elections which we said was for the national elections. That's what we call them. The presidential elections and the national assemblies, the National Assembly elections to come up on the 16th of February, and for the state elections to come on the 2 weeks after. We were aware of the enormity of our challenges. As we sit down talking here now, I'm sure we just have about 381 days, 30 minutes to the election. We are on the clock. We've been on the clock for about 9-10 months ago, because we are planning very assiduously for this election. We are aware that we are running out of time.
That's good to hear.
We are running out of time. The first thing the first mistake we make here is that we always assume there is time. There is no time. In 381 days, you have about 55 different weekends. You are going to have what we call public holidays, which could amount to about 16 days again. So effectively, what we're talking about now will just be about 240 to 250 days. And somebody rightly noticed there that we now have 68 political parties, which eventually might rise up to 80. We embarked on continuous voter registration exercise. We're expecting between 80 to 85 million voters to come on board. So that's an expansion in our operational basis, both in voters, both in political parties. I had it on your promo about somebody talking about what the ballot papers will look like. We have thought even beyond that. We've thought about what the lines will look like, the number of security you need, personnel, everything, expansion in. So. Okay.